Welcome to Fourpure at 4 from Japan. It's coming up to midnight here, 4 p.m. UK time. So welcome, and this is the second week of our tour, following on from last week in Singapore.
So we're in Osaka now, at the craft beer garden, outdoor and garden, and we spent the last. After Singapore, after the fantastic time we had at Singapore, we came to Japan to spread the Fourpure word and message in Japan and taste and find out what craft beer is in Japan and what it means to Japanese people.
So we've visited so far 16 places here in Japan. So it's been a busy sort of 4 days, including a lot of travel as well. And I think the first place we went to was a brewery actually, and great friends of ours. So that was the Koichi Brewery. And what did we find there, Tom?
Well, Koichi Brewery is a sake brewery and a beer brewery. 200 and I can't remember, over 200 years old.
About 260 years old, something like that.
So Yuichi Koichi, who's now I think the president of the brewery, took us under his wing and showed us around. We had fantastic food to start with, and we were showed fantastic hospitality. That brewery's well known for the Hitachino Nest white ale brand, which you guys probably, and I certainly do. I've only been out of the UK for 10 days, but we see in England, mainly in the supermarkets, I think, Hitachino Nest with the small bottle. Yes, we had a big tour around there with an English brewer?
Yeah, a brewer there who had originally come to Japan as an English teacher and had ended up brewing, and he wasn't brewing the beer. They've got a new still, and he's started brewing whiskey, and they've got some gin brewing. So they're brewing the wash for the whiskey and then distilling for the whiskey and distilling for the gin. So
in true Japanese hospitality, we had a lunch, and then we had a tour of the brewery and a tasting, and then we had more food, and then we went to the fantastic their tap room in the Mito station. And more
Ibaraki prefecture of Japan.
And then some cider and all sorts of beer paddle tasting. So that was the first day.
When we got back, we were taken. The thing is, I've got to say that there's definitely some language challenges being here in Japan. You don't always know what's going to happen next. So as soon as we arrived back into Tokyo, we were taken to a craft beer bar called Watering Hole, which was an incredible place. I think they had, I want to say maybe 12 taps, but everything in Tokyo is incredibly small. So you just sort of falling over kegs, great venue, wonderful people.
Had some great imported beer as well as local beer there. I think that's obviously being out here in the Pacific, good access to US beer, similar to Singapore. So some Bay Republic there, who we've done a collaboration with before, some good local breweries as well.
Yeah, it's a great time to bring in. We've got a local craft beer fan, Daiska, here. Did I say that right?
Come here.
Did I say your name right, Daiska?
Daiska.
So, we're just talking about some of the craft beer that you get access to here in Japan, but also some of the craft beer which is made in Japan. So,
what's your favourite? Japanese local? Well, we're in Osaka now. What's your favourite brewery around here? Yeah.
I don't know where around here, but
okay. No. What's your view of craft beer in Japan? What's your favourite craft beer bar or your favourite?
I live in Kyoto in
Takanoya. Yeah.
So you will
do an event there
tomorrow, right?
Yeah, we'll be there tomorrow.
What sort of beers do they serve in that beer bar? What type of beer? What type of beers would you see in the? Yeah, IPAs or pale ales. Or,
IPA.
yeah. And is there any? Do you maybe have the Hitachino beer regularly, or other Japanese breweries?
Do a bit of translating just to help this.
Okay, yeah. I've written lots of notes here because it's been such a long trip. But Two Rabbits IPA, is that from there?
No, not.
No, different. Okay.
Maybe I will buy that tomorrow.
Okay.
How about Kyoto Beauty?
Wonderful. And do you know many of the Tokyo beer bars? Would you recommend one in particular in Tokyo? No. That's good. I mean, luckily,
He lives in
Kyoto,
Kyoto.
of course. But luckily, we've been to quite a lot of the Tokyo ones. I was just trying to see what did we really like. We liked good beer faucets. That was.
I think referring to my notes because. So we've been here on I guess we've been three days now, and we've been on such a big tour, starting early, finishing late. So we've visited so many places. I think for beer to take away, we've been to local convenience stores like Lawson's, which have a variety of beers, some imported, some local, and that's good to pick up a beer on the way to, say, in Tokyo Station. Or there's also some good. I'm just trying to remember the name here. In Tokyo Station, Hasegawa, stocking Fourpure beer ready to get on the train, and other products as well.
Chilled shapeshifter ready to go.
Yeah, I think we went to Yoho Tap Room, which we had a bit of a in Shinjuku. Yeah. So we had a beer down there with a pale ale. So that was really good. We did an event at what was the event last night?
Karatas?
Karatas is a craft beer market last night. It was a more modern style. And we saw Yuichi. Oh, come in, don't worry. It's informal. Come in. No, it's fine. You? No, it's fine. Hey.
Whoa!
You can film. It's fine. Yeah. We're filming for the local brewery TV. Good sticker. We saw you last night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Saw you in Tokyo last night. Yeah. Okay.
ここだったんですね。
そうなんです。ここも昨日言ってたところ。
Should we introduce our translator, Maya? So she's been our rock in Japan. So also a beer lover.
Yes, of course.
So what's your view of what's your favourite bar in Tokyo to drink beer?
Maybe Watering Hole.
Watering Hole,
Yes.
Yeah. That's where we went the first night.
Yes.
And what about here in Osaka? What's your?
This is my first time when I'm beginning
You're
to be a
beginning,
craft beer fan.
All those stickers on your suitcase there.
Yeah. When I go to in a beer festival, then I can get a lot of stickers. So I stick on it myself. Yeah, suitcase.
What about favourite local breweries?
In Japan.
In Japan, yeah.
Kyoto Brewing.
Kyoto Brewing,
Yeah, one of it. And then also Shigakogen.
Shigakogen. That's the the Two Rabbits.
Yes.
She's an Imperial IPA that I had earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how about Yuichi?
Ikuchi?
Yeah. No, Yuichi's brewery.
You're talking about Hitachino desu.
It's a Chino.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, of
keep
course.
drinking, of course.
Yes, it's good too.
It's good, yeah. Good for train beers. Yeah, in the can.
Yeah, when I go home, my hometown, I always buy it.
You buy it on the train.
Yeah.
The good, interesting when we went to Hitachino Nest is they had a canning line very similar to our original canning line. They had a linear cask canning line from Canada. So we had a long discussion about canning and what they want to do with canning and how canning's adopted in Japan and growing. So I think we have a lot of synergies there as two businesses. Okay, so we have a quick move inside. We're through to Kiko.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we're running an event here tonight where we're giving away merchandise based on paper, scissors, stone. So maybe you'll see a few videos of that a bit later. But it's a novel way to generate some interest in an event other than the beer. A little competition, so the winner wins the tour T-shirt, or maybe a sticker or something like that. But let's go and speak to Akiko because we haven't really talked about our distributor here in Japan. I think it's important to give Akiko some time, but also let him explain about craft beer in Japan also. So here we are, this is the bar that we're in now. This is Akiko. There we go. Juicebox, show the t-shirt. Show the t-shirt. Yeah, wearing it with pride. So I think it's probably a good time actually to show that people drink beer here and food as well. So there's the bars that we've been doing events with. They'll you can have a beer and then you can order some really good Japanese food as well. So and a good bottle selection. I think there's a good bottle selection here with a few cans and quite a few bombers in Japan. But we'll talk to Akiko about.
Yes.
So a bit of a translation, I think, here. Akiko, do you want to just explain who you are, what you do for Juice, and a little bit about the beer scene in Japan?
どんな仕事をしていて、自己紹介としてどんな仕事をしていて、クラフトビールシーンでどんな風にやっていきたいか教えてください。
うわー、すごい難しい。ジュートの、お酒のマネージャーの雨宮です。コラータ。
He's going to be so proudly ね。
僕はね、本当にね、昔からイギリスのビールが大好きで。
So he crazy about the UK beer.
大好きで、本当に輸入をしたくていろんなところを交渉してたんですけど、アメリカのビールとかも輸入してるんだけど、一番優しくしてくれたのがイギリスの人たちだった。
So he really want to import UK beer, and you know he already import American beer too. But the most kindest people is the UK people.
Thank you.
本当にね、それがね、まあ彼らじゃないんだけど、一番最初に覚えてるのは、本当に僕たちが見えなくなるまでバイバイの時にずーっと手を振ってくれた。
Food, yeah, more food.
Very busy.
Good, yeah. What other UK beer brands do you import into Japan?
他にどんなイギリスのビール輸入してますか？
言っていいのかな？
もちろん。
ワイルドビア。
Wild beer.
The wild beer and tiny lemon. And orchard pig.
Orchard pig. It's a cider maker.
Yeah, so Tiny, Rebel, Wild Beer and Orchard Pig. Okay. And what's your favourite beer bar in Tokyo?
東京で一番好きなビアバーどこですか？
俺が言っちゃっていいの？
はい。
サンサ。
サンサ。
ごめん。グッドビアフォーサ。
Good beer from there.
Yes,
we
we went there.
Yeah, Shibuya.
We did a pub crawl.
Yeah.
And one more question. Your favourite UK beer?
UK beer 何か？
なんだろうな。Fourpure.
Just one more thing, we'll take you over to where we sign the wall. We'll probably say goodbye then. So thank you, Maya.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Thank you for the whole week and translating. It's been very good. Well, thank you. And well, you may want to say that to Dan as well. Thank you for
Oh yes, thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll take you over to the wall and show you the signing of the wall. So here we've got still water here. We've got here left hand. Just Jamil here, Heretic, and then Dan and I signed this earlier as part of the Juicebox store. So here's signing out from Osaka, and thank you for listening. With a big panoramic. Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Very good.